Back from injury, Darwin Milan scored a career-best 100 and, helped by James Harris, ensured that Middlesex ended the first day of the LV County Championship match against Nottinghamshire at Trent Bridge in a much stronger position than they might have been. Chris Reed inserted after winning the toss and had to wait only until the third over for Luke Wood to rip out Joe Burns' middle stump with just 7 runs on the board. Wood opened the bowling with Jake Ball, who struck in his fourth over, Sam Robson giving out LBW for 15 with a total on 25 for 2. That became 63 for 3 when Nick Compton edged Brett Hutton behind to go for 19. Nottinghamshire would have been pretty pleased with their morning's work, although their progress was held up either side of lunch by Milan and Owen Morgan, who first added 25 runs to the score before the break and then looked to push on in the afternoon. Milan, after a lengthy absence on the sidelines, was in prime form especially. Morgan had a large slice of luck on 15 when he edged Harry Gurney to slip, only to hear that the bowler had overstepped. Not that the Irishman made the most of that, as before he'd added another run, he used the edge of his bat once again to offer Reed a catch off Wood. This was typical of the shots produced by Milan all day. His 9th 4 had him at his 50 off 79 deliveries, and it was his knock which was to hold the innings together all day. On his day, there are few better batsmen to watch than the 27-year-old, although he had been dropped here on 29. At the other end, batsmen kept falling. The next to go, James Franklin, who was a little late on his shot and trapped in front by Gurney for 4, with the score on 122 for 5. The visitors were soon 6 down as John Simpson also fell to Gurney, leaving it to Milan to dominate the scoring with Ollie Rayner. These two took the score up to 165, of which Milan had struck 90 of the runs. He was playing a different game to the rest of his team. Professional partnership breaker Stephen Mullaney came on and removed Rayner for 5 in his second over, a powerful drive landing in the hands of Brendan Taylor in the covers, he taking an absolute stunner. Nottinghamshire were now very well placed, but they couldn't shift Milan, who was at 3 figures for the 13th time in his career with this shot, a 16th boundary taking the left-hander to a classy 100 off 143 deliveries. A number of the home fielders warmly applauded the efforts of what was a very fine innings indeed. And at last Milan found some support from someone in the form of Harris, these two taking their side to 203 for 7 by the time the tea break came around. In the evening session, which was ruined a little by another shower, Harris and Milan continued to turn this day around with an excellent partnership which had Middlesex on top by the close of play. Harris, who held up Nottinghamshire's victory charge at Lords at the start of the season with the bat, was to frustrate them again, getting to a 50 off 116 balls, while after another break for rain, Milan got to his 150 off 223. At the close, Middlesex had recovered, and how, to 312 for 7, with Milan on 159, the best score of his career, and Harris on 68, his best for Middlesex. The partnership between these two reaching 147 runs by the close of play.